As this year comes to a close, my heart is full of gratitude for the people I had the opportunity to serve this year. Each person I walked beside taught me something different about love, life, release, courage, integrity, and the complexities of being human at the end of life. There are two women with unique experiences I'd like to share with you. These two women and their experiences shaped me in a very profound way. Both of these women chose VSED, voluntarily stopping eating and drinking. And it's just what it says. They volunteered to stop eating and to stop drinking. To tell you a little bit about VSED, if you haven't heard of it, VSED is legal in all 50 states, and a competent adult has the constitutional right and the ethical right to refuse food and water. A person must have the mental capacity to make this decision, and it usually takes a person between 5 and 21 days to die after stopping eating and drinking. In most cases, VSED is done with a palliative or a hospice support team, and in this case, there were 4 doulas supporting both of these women. The process can be deeply meaningful and spiritual, especially when surrounded by loved ones, loving and compassionate doulas, and a guided and compassionate team of care professionals. You might be asking, why would anyone choose VSED? Well, VSED is about having a say in how your life ends, especially when there's illness that takes away your mobility, your independence, your bodily functions. Choosing VSED allows a person to claim a sense of agency. They're not choosing death. The person is choosing how to live their final days. A few other reasons a person would choose VSED is because they're choosing to avoid prolonged suffering. Sometimes people have had and continue to have constant falls. They have breathing issues. They have severe pain. When quality of life is low and suffering feels overwhelming or unmanageable, VSED can offer a peaceful and natural end. Another reason is when the condition is progressive and irreversible. When someone has become completely dependent and can't communicate for themselves, emotional strain and financial strain can be a major burden, and a prolonged decline can be painful for everyone involved. VSED offers a quicker and more predictable time frame for transition. Another reason is because people are ready. They're ready. Are ready to stop fighting, ready to stop suffering, and ready to return to spirit, to source, to God, to peace. The first woman I want to talk about is a wise and deeply spiritual and vibrant woman. There's a phrase that says, the way you live is the way you die. This woman to me was very intentional in the way she lived and the way she died. Every single detail was mapped out. Even in her final days, she was still curious and still fully present and generous with her hugs and her love and her comments. She didn't shy away from talking about death. Instead, she invited it like an old friend. She approached her dying the same way she lived her life, thoughtfully, spiritually, and again, with intention. I thought I understood surrender, but watching her live into her death with such intentionality changed something in me. She didn't fight what was happening in her body, and she didn't rush anything. Instead, she opened to it. Letting go, I realized, doesn't have to be dramatic. It can be soft, it can be sacred, it can be like a whisper. I'm ready. I've had enough. Let me go home. What courage, right? She let go of food, water, fear. She let go of pretending to be strong, needing to be in control, caring about what people thought. And with that letting go, she gave us all a gift. Permission to stop clinging. I was reminded that letting go is a practice and it starts with small things. It starts with letting go of the schedule, letting go of always needing to do, letting go of the need to fix things and people, and eventually letting go becomes an act of faith. She became my teacher of release, my sister, and my friend. Her transition reminded me that we don't leave empty. We leave full, full of memories, full of love, legacy, all woven into each other. The second story is quite different. This client had her own rhythm, like each of us. We have our own rhythm. And again, the way we live is the way we die, right? She held on to life with determination and purpose. And even as her body weakened, she was still having conversations about business and managing paperwork and and making decisions and staying involved in all the business of living. She continued to drink small sips of water and eat ice, which prolonged her life. But she wanted to remain alert and she wanted to keep her mind active because she had things to do in this world before she died. She seemed ready to die spiritually, but physically she was really attached to this life that she had built for herself. I believe that life is always a dance, but sometimes the dance is having one foot in this world and one foot in the next. And sometimes readiness looks like acceptance without surrender. Her process reminded me that every person dies in their own way, on their own terms, with their own timeline, and with their own signature. There is no right way to die, and there's only your way and my way. Together, these women reminded me that death is not a single story. End of life choices are personal and deeply rooted in identity. And my role is not to guide someone toward a certain kind of death, but to honor the one they have chosen. Even if they didn't know what they were choosing, the way you live is the way you die. Gratitude for me is not found in the ease of this work, but in the privilege of being invited into someone's final chapter. And this year, I wasn't serving, I was learning, I was growing, I was being shaped and molded, being prepared for the next season of my calling. And I'm so grateful for every hand I've held, for every sacred story, every breath I witnessed, every goodbye that taught me something about how to live more fully. And to these two women who trusted me and the other doulas and the healthcare team in their final days, I am filled with gratitude. Your lives have become a part of my work. And your stories have become a part of my voice, and your courage has become a part of my purpose. I thank you, I honor you, and I will not ever forget you. And so this post is to express my gratitude, and it's also to provide a little education about VSED. Here's a book I read, Choosing to Die. This book was instrumental in helping me to prepare for my experience with these women. This book is a personal story. Elective Death by Voluntarily Stopping Eating and Drinking in the Face of Degenerative Disease. And so this book is the journey of a couple, a husband and a wife, and the husband chose VSED, and the wife stood beside the husband and supported him and shared their beautiful story in this book, which is what I used to help me prepare for my experience with these two amazing women. So thank you for your time. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Namaste.